15 episodes in, we've covered what agents are, why they're dangerous, what the real threats look like, why the popular responses fall short, and what you can actually start building today. I want to close by being straight about where the industry is right now. What's real, what's emerging, and what's still genuinely hard. On the protocol side, MCP has been evolving. The November 2025 spec update added OAuth 2.1 support and authorization discovery. So there's now a foundation for replacing those plaintext credential files we talked about in episode 9 with proper auth flows. It doesn't fix everything, but it's the plumbing that better solutions get built on. And in December 2025, MCP was donated to the Linux Foundation's Agentic AI initiative. So MCP is no longer a single vendor experiment. It's becoming open infrastructure. Plan accordingly. The most interesting research right now is around prompt injection, and it's going in a different direction than most people expect. Most people hear solving prompt injection and think better prompt engineering, better guardrails, smarter filters. But the actual progress is happening at the data layer. Labeling all inputs by trust level, tagging instructions from users and system prompts as trusted, and then tagging everything else as untrusted, and architecturally constraining the model to only follow trusted inputs. Google DeepMind, Anthropic, and OpenAI are all working on versions of this. It's early, but it's the right direction. Now let's talk about what's still unsolved. Reliable runtime intent verification is still fundamentally circular, and deterministic safety guarantees for LLMs is still an open research problem. There's also cross-agent trust. As agents start talking to other agents, and they will soon, there's no framework for distinguishing legitimate requests from propagated attacks. That one's going to matter a lot more soon. So, what do you actually do with all this? 3 layers, and they build on each other. The foundation is knowing your agents. The full lineage chain. People to agents to tools to identities to resources. Alongside that, credential governance, lifecycle management, least privilege, policy enforcement. All buildable today and determines how bad things get when something does go wrong. And on top of that, governance and detection. Building policies around which agents can use which identities and access which environments, and behavioral baselining them in their destination systems. And then, the layer the industry is still building. Architectural trust boundaries like input labeling, context isolation, deterministic constraints around non-deterministic reasoning. That's what will eventually address prompt injection at its root. You don't need to wait for that 3rd layer before acting on the first 2. And honestly, do not get distracted by solutions that sound impressive on paper, but don't address the actual problem. There are no new fundamentals here. Think critically about what you're solving for. The threats are specific, the gaps are specific, and the starting point is clear. Start with what's achievable, build upward as the technology matures. Thanks for spending time with me on this. See you on the next one.